Hello and good evening for a Monday night jam-packed full of PIHANA hockey. We are here in Detroit, Michigan once again. The Edmonton Dinos stroll into town for an international matchup between the Edmonton Dinos and the Detroit Trappers. We are ready at center ice, Detroit, wearing their jackrabbit blue sweaters here tonight. Edmonton with their usual striped road uniforms. Daniel Rye with an early save there. Our goalie matchup tonight, as you just saw, Daniel Rye in net, the American for Edmonton, and then across ice will be Anders Falk back in net after two great starts from Osip Utkin. They give him the day off on a back-to-back here for Detroit. Detroit also comes in winning their last 8 games here, so see if they can make it 9 as they welcome in the Edmonton Dinos. Cross center ice, it's Ristolainen in. He'll be knocked off the puck there. Simonson will take it away. Simonson flips it cross ice to Durant, to Petrovic, to Stafford Spears. Still looking to get out of the zone. Stafford Spears now able to get free and now get it up to Petrovic. He'll lose it at center ice. Mats Laakinen. Kovalenko to Ristolainen. Oh, and it just goes wide. Might have been kicked away there by Rye. Puck is battled for along the boards. Ovoskadachenko gets it free over to Kaba. Ristolainen in the slot, poked away. Puck comes free to the boards. It's Ovoskadachenko. Back down to Ristolainen. He's knocked off the puck there. Barney Simonson now. Okay, feed it across and shot goes. Looks like it was deflected there. Bottom rescue now in front. Can't get a shot away. Ovoskadachenko picks up the loose puck in front of his netminder's crease. Stuart Thornburg now flips it across. Shots blocked in front. Ovoskadachenko shouldered aside by Rye. Toivonen goes up high to Helm. He'll be hit hard there. Ovoskadachenko will skate down the boards, get it over to Toivonen. He was looking to replace that point position that Ovoskadachenko had vacated, and it ends up in a turnover for Detroit. Campbell brings it down and he'll turn it over, right inside the blue line. Kaba with it now skating along the far boards. Toivonen puts it up to Thornburg over to Helm. Helm met there at the blue line by Petrovic. Campbell to Sorensen. Sorensen over on the near boards to McCoy. And a glove stop there by Anders Falk. Face-off now coming here. Won by, I believe that's Kovac. That was in the circle there. No, it's Ozuls. My fault. Filip Ozuls. He'll get the takeaway now at center ice. He'll enter the zone. Knocked off his stick there. Markov across the red line. Enters the zone. Markov skates wide to the corner. He'll be hit hard there. Markov now comes free. Markov in front on the backhand. Can't get a shot away. Alexiev. 5 minutes gone here in the first period. Still scoreless here in Detroit. Horn flips it back to Ward. Jay Ward will go on the attack. Gets it up to Roman Horn. Horn will stop. Flips it in front to Brock down low. Markov denied by Daniel Rye, and he'll hold right there. Face-off now here between Martelli and Langenberg. Fourth line against fourth line out here. Both teams deciding to just roll through those lines. Janovic will lose it there. It'll be Ignatov in. Taran Ignatov with room. Shot was blocked in front, and I believe Rye got a piece of it. Then it came back on net. Rye able to get a toe on that and hold right there. 13:50 left here in the first. Face-off won by Edmonton. It'll be Janovic. That'll exit the zone for Edmonton. He'll go along the benches there. Gets it into the zone and flips it into the corner. Puck is loose at the opposite corner, and Tapio Carolina will skate away with it. Francis Coy now up to Martelli. Anthony Martelli in. Ooh, and Coy couldn't get a shot away there for Detroit. Poisaris now across the red line, enters the zone. Garrett Poisaris stops. Will retreat, get it down to Bassani. He'll flip it cross ice to Olsen. Poisaris on the backhand, can't get a shot away. Ignatov takes it away. Puck is still loose in the Detroit zone, and now it's cleared. Coy up to Martelli. Martelli will enter the zone. Martelli stops, flips it into the corner. Puck is still loose there behind Rye and Olsen. First one on it for Edmonton. Puck is advanced to Stafford Spears. Now Bassani. Bassani shot gloved by Falk, and he'll hold right there. Face off once again. This time coming to the right of Anders Falk, the netminder for Detroit. Face off one by Detroit. They look to clear the zone. Ovoskadachenko retreats to the corner, and he turns it over. Oh, but picked up there by Kaba. Good support by his D partner there. Kaba goes cross-ice to Ovoskadachenko up to Ristolainen. Poked off his stick, but right to Lackinen. Lackinen will be pressed to the boards there by Stafford Spears. It's loose behind the net. Ristolainen in front to Kaba. Kaba flips it over to Ovoskadachenko, who gets it to Kovalenko. Kovalenko's shot gets blocked in front. McCoy now looking to use some speed to get around Ovoskadachenko. He'll skate all the way to the corner, and then Ovoskadachenko delivers a big hit there in the corner. Puck sent up. It'll be Detroit on the attack. Turned over just inside the blue line. Stafford Spears will have it. Good stretch pass up to Simonson. Simonson at the red line. He'll be pressed against the Detroit bench there and lose the puck. Detroit now in. They'll flip. It'll be Biondi. Third line D pair now out there. Vladimirescu now away for Edmonton. He'll get close to that blue line and flip in. Ovoskadachenko behind the net. Met there by Durant. He's able to get the puck free. Good strength there by Ovoskadachenko. Puck is loose. Vladimirescu tried to feed it down into the corner, and it was blocked away and taken by Detroit. Toivonen flips it in. First one on it is Bionde back there for Edmonton. He's met by Thornburg. In front. Shot goes way wide by Toivonen. Jacobson over to Helm. Helm will lose it there. Durant up to Petrovic. Petrovic cross ice. Simonson. Oh, and he's hit hard there. I believe that's Steketovic on the hit. Petrovic behind the net. Tries to flip it in front, and Toivonen will take it away. Ahead to Horn. Roman Horn to the middle to Thornburg. Horn back with it, and it's knocked away. Petrovic will take it for Edmonton. Petrovic up to Simonson. Simonson continues to skate wide. He'll go to the corner. Behind the net to Alexiev. Alexiev in front to Simonson, and it's denied by Falk. 7 minutes now left here in the first period. Still scoreless. Simonson, we've gone quite a while without a stoppage here. Simonson now will enter the zone. He's got the third line out here with him. Ozul's in front. He scores! It'll be Philip Ozul's. Set up there by Pavel Alexiev. So about 3/4 of the way through this first period, Edmonton first on the board as it is Philip Ozul's with the goal for Edmonton to give them a 1-0 lead here early. Ozul's tries to enter the zone and gets it knocked away at the dots. Puck is free. Going to be a penalty coming up here on Edmonton. Touched up there. And we'll see what the call is. They are going to call a slash. And will be on the primary assist on the previous goal. Pavel Alexiev going to be guilty. Face-off now coming here. Campbell against Thornburg. Campbell wins it back. Comes on net to Ryan. He actually has to kick it to the corner. But Janovic able to get on it. He'll flip it. Picked up by Brock at the red line. Brock will retreat in his own zone. Look to get things started with some speed. Over to Thornburg. Thornburg will retreat again. And now they'll be able to cycle up. It'll be Mats Lackinen. Tied for the league in points right now. And it's blocked away by Ryan. Lackinen looking for another goal there. He's got 5 already on the season. Looking for his 6th right there. Kovalenko, he'll come across the blue line. Kovalenko in front of Thornburg. It's denied there. Thornburg behind the net, loses it. It'll come all the way to the boards. Thornburg to Kovalenko, bumped off the puck. And Janovic picks up the loose puck and gets it out. Just crossing the minute point of this power play here. Sitting with 45 seconds left. Puck is knocked away. It'll come on net to Falk. He'll close on it for a second and then get that puck up. As Detroit looks to go back on the attack. 35 seconds left. Lackinen stopped there. Puck is loose in front. And now it's kicked to the corner there. Rye tried to get a poke check on and actually missed on the poke check. Just whiffed. And left that puck available in that danger area. 15 seconds now left for Detroit. Turned over there. Campbell. Campbell went into the zone. He's got a little bit of room and now he's bumped off the puck. Horn will skate onto it with 4 seconds left. And that'll do it right there for the power play. Alexiev out of the box. Edmonton able to survive that. Couple opportunities. But now they have one here. And it's denied in front. Good opportunity there for Detroit as they were right in front of the net with a loose puck. Alexiev will flip it off the glass and deep. Toivonen picks it up behind his own net. Will look to get going here. Breaks out of the zone. Gets to the red line. He'll continue to carry. Now up to Helm. Helm tries to feed it across. He'll be bumped off the puck by Stafford Spears. Alexiev looking to exit the zone. He's met by a couple of trappers. Petrovic now to Alexiev. Pavel Alexiev gets it over. One-timer, and it's denied there. Sorensen on the bit of a weak one-timer attempt, but seeing if he could just sort of flip it and catch Falk off guard. And is unable to beat the netminder there. Face-off now coming here between Durant and Martelli. Martelli will win it back. Ovoskadachenko loses the puck to Durant. Ovoskadachenko still with it. He'll climb out of the zone, get it up to Kaba. Up ice to Coy. 2 minutes now remaining here in the first period. Edmonton with a 1-0 lead on the strength of Philip O'Zoul's goal here tonight. Dmitry Petrovic up to Ricky Durant. Durant across the red line. He'll flip in. And that will go out of play as it looked like it hit that corner boards there. We'll have a face-off outside. Philip O'Zoul's, that is his second goal on the season. Face-off now between Martelli and Durant. Top line out here for Edmonton against the fourth line for Detroit. Detroit able to get the face-off win. 90 seconds left here in the first. Nadov gets bumped off the puck, but Martelli skates onto it. Over to Coy. Coy in front, denied. Martelli denied on the rebound. Great opportunity there for Martelli in front, and he's denied by Daniel Rye. Under a minute now here in the first. Durant gets it knocked away there by Kaba. Up to Horn. Cross ice to Ward. Jay Ward trying to skate in. He'll be knocked off his stick for a second. Then he'll get blown up there as it's Bionde with a good defensive play there. Rocco Bionde now across the red line. Puts the brakes on. Gets it back to Westerman with a drive, and it's blocked in front. Kaba takes away the puck with 6 seconds now. Detroit over to Horn. Horn will enter the zone. One last chance. Stopped there by Rye. He'll get the whistle. Opt for it there. Just 2.1 left here in the first period. Face-off will come to the right of the Edmonton netminder. It'll be Lackinen against Langenberg. And it'll be one away for Detroit. Carolina shot gets blocked in front, and that'll do it for the first period. So an entertaining first period here. A lot of up and down action, a lot of heavy hits. At the end of the day, Edmonton has a 1-0 lead on the goal by Philip O'Zoul's. We'll take our first intermission. Be back with you for the start of the second period from Detroit. Hello, folks, and welcome back to the Motor City SportsPlex here in Detroit, Michigan. I am Les Talk with you. Here from Detroit as the Edmonton Dinos, the road team on the scoreboard, has a 1-0 lead as we enter the middle frame here in Detroit. And a tripping penalty, that's going to be Ovoskadachenko that'll go for 2 minutes. So Vladimir Ovoskadachenko, guilty of the trip there on Durant. We'll have a face-off in the Detroit zone. Edmonton with an opportunity to go up 2 goals here in the early going of this second period. Face-off will be won away by Sorensen. One-timer, Vladimirescu, right off the chest of Anders Falk there. Westerman will lose the puck in the neutral zone. Simonson skates onto it. Still loose there at the Detroit bench. Toivonen now, he'll enter the zone and flip into the corner. Will come all the way to the opposite side to Petrovic. Sorensen now with a little bit of room, tries to go with speed and then retreats. Vladimirescu over to Simonson. Simonson stops, shot just goes wide. Simonson with a great opportunity there. Vladimirescu behind the net. In front to Sorensen, he scores! It'll be Ralph Sorensen able to rip one. Low blocker on Anders Falk for the power play marker. So Sorensen on the power play, able to fit that one through, his 9th on the season. Not really coming into the season known as a goal scorer, but Ralph Sorensen been a big help as he comes on that second line and then joins the power play. Great face-off man, and he's done a great job here for Edmonton in the early part of this season. Big hit there. It's now loose just inside the line, and Olofsson will skate away with it. Joel Olofsson goes cross ice to Durant. Durant back over to Simonson, up to Vladimirescu. Vladimirescu to the red line, and he'll flip in. It'll be Lawrence Kaba. He'll be pressed to the boards. Kaba kicks it free. It'll come to Kovalenko. He's hit hard. McCoy in front. Campbell denied by Falk, and he'll hold right there. 17-16 left here in the second. Edmonton, the underdogs, coming into today's game with a 2-0 lead on the Trappers here. Horn will face off against Sorensen now. Sorensen, the goal scorer moments ago. Campbell able to get that tie up and flip it back to the point. McCoy to Stafford Spears. Stafford Spears tries to dangle through, and it's taken away. Ilya Markov now with it. He'll fit it up to Jay Ward. He'll be knocked off his stick. Up ice to Sorensen. Sorensen skates to the near boards. Campbell in front. Doesn't get on net. Blocked in front there by Kaba. Campbell over to Sorensen. Another chance. Toe saved by Falk. And Kaba will get it out of danger. Detroit now on the attack. 4 minutes gone here in the second. In front, it's Horn with a chance. Oh, he clangs it off the iron. So Horn with a lot of room and time there. And he's unable to fit it inside the net. He hits the iron, and it stays out gloved by Rye and held on there. O'Zools will go up against Helm here in the dot. 15:51 left here in the second. O'Zools wins it back to Petrovic. Petrovic up to Kovac. Kovac across the red line. Now we'll enter the zone. Jura Kovac stops, tries to flip it towards the front, and Helm will take it away. Dayton Helm goes up to Toivonen. Kusti Toivonen, oh, hit hard. Thornburg with a chance. Glove by Rye, and he'll hold right there. As Petrovic comes in to assist his goaltender, with Stuart Thornburg lurking there around the net, waiting for a rebound. Martelli now against O'Zools here in the dot. And it'll be one. Coy gets the first touch on it, but it comes loose to Stafford Spears, so Edmonton will skate away with it. Petrovic across the blue line. He'll stop up the defenseman, try to flip it down low. It'll come to the stick of Ignatov. Now free to Edmonton. O'Zools tries to get a shot on net, and it's blocked. Alexiev does the same thing, and it's blocked again. Brock behind his net gets it up to Coy, now to Martelli. Anthony Martelli across the blue line. Continues. It'll be knocked off a stick by Olfsson. Kovac now up ice. He'll get to the red line and flip to the opposite corner. Francis Coy, the first one on it. He'll get it up to Ignatov. Taran Ignatov gets up ice to Martelli. Martelli across the red line. Now enters the zone. Martelli stops. Flips it in front. Brock! And it trickles through. Benny Brock! Looked like he was stoned there by Rye, but it just trickles on through. And so Benny Brock gets the first goal on the board for Detroit here. 13-17. Left here in the second period. Martelli and Ignatov with the assists on the play. Olfsson tries to flip it over to Ward, and it's intercepted. Jay Ward looking to tie the game here. Markov, shot goes wide. Markov now out to Horn, to Jacobson to Ward. Horn now with a shot, glove by Rye. And he'll keep play going. Not going to allow Detroit to get momentum by going with another faceoff. Poisaris gets blocked away by Falk. Langenberg to Bassani. Bassani will retreat. Flip it over to Poisaris. Langenberg shot in front, and it's blocked. Good opportunity there for Diedrich Langenberg. Jay Ward dangles across. It's Markov now behind the net. Poked away. Good poke check there by Rye. It's Horn. One-timer by Ward. Right into the glove of Daniel Rye. No hold right there. So Detroit coming with good pressure as they found themselves down 2 goals. They've cut that lead in half as they now sit trailing by a goal. 11:43 left here in the second period. Lackinen against Durant here in the dot, and it'll be one back to Rye, and he'll get it over to Janovich. Austin Janovich skates, gets it up to Durant. Durant tries to cut across. Durant can't get a shot on net. Stop there! Vladimirescu. Oh, had an opportunity. And they're going to call a penalty here. A trip. Will it be on Tudor? Yes, Tudor Vladimirescu. So as he was crashing the net, they're going to say he got in on the legs of Ristolainen. Yeah, I don't know if Ristolainen sells that by diving a little bit, but either way, I do think he probably gets the stick in there. So 2-minute penalty for Tudor Vladimirescu. So an opportunity here for Detroit. Lackinen pressed to the boards there. Tries to get the puck free. It's Alexiev with it. Alexiev now tries to get it up ice. Cam Thornburg behind the net. Stays right there at the side of the cage. It was loose in front, and now it comes back on net to Ryan. He'll hold right there. Puck was loose in front for a second. Nobody really knew what was going on. It was at the side of the net and then randomly squirts out in front. Sorensen now will face off against Helm. Sorensen able to kick it back to Bionde. Goes over to Westerman. Westerman goes off the glass and out. So first good kill here for Edmonton, or first good clear, I should say, for the Dinos. Up ice, Toivonen. Toivonen press to the boards there. Westerman will get it, and he'll flip it back in deep. Kaba, the first one on it. Gets it up to Helm. Over to Ward. Jay Ward. Trying to get in. He's bumped off the puck. They'll continue. Toivonen behind the net. Flips it out front. It'll be Horn. Up high to Kaba. Over to Ward. One-timer. And it's shouldered away by Rye. In front. Ward can't get a shot away. It goes wide. Toivonen pressed to the boards there by Bionde. He'll kick it behind to Helm. Ward tries to get to the front of the net, and Simonson will take it away. 30 seconds left here on the Vladimirescu minor. Horn up to Helm. Helm across the red line. Gets it over to Ward. Ward tries to feed it across to Toivonen. Helm on net. Stop there. Puck was loose again, and now Rye, he'll keep play going. So we said with just 10 seconds, Bionde will clear that to the red line. One more opportunity here for Detroit to get it into the zone as the penalty comes to an end. Helm gets that shot blocked away. Simonson able to clear the zone, and Edmonton survives that penalty kill. Vladimirescu gloved by Falk, and he'll hold right there. Sorensen now will face off against Lackinen. And it will be one away by Sorensen. Olfsson, shot gets blocked in front as he tried to sneak in off that clean win by Sorensen. Shot gets blocked in front. Ristolainen blocked by Janovic. McCoy skating away. He'll get it up to Sorensen on the near boards. Knocked away there for a sec. And now Detroit will go back up ice with Ristolainen. Ristolainen looks to get it to the middle of the ice. Unable to. McCoy with it. He'll flip it up to Janovic. Janovic cross ice to Campbell. Campbell watched by Ovoskadichenko, and he'll be bumped there by the big Ukrainian defenseman. Kaba cross ice to Kovalenko. Kovalenko will lose the puck there. It'll be Ozul's on it. He'll lose it then. Kovalenko to Lackinen. Mats Lackinen. Get pressed to the boards there. It'll be Joel Olfsson able to get it away. 7 minutes left here in the second. Edmonton with a slim lead, 2-1 here on the Trappers. Kovac stopped there. Should also mention Detroit, with their win last night, jumped into first place in the entire league. They sit at 25 points in league play in the standings so far. So great season so far from the Trappers, including this 8-game winning streak that they're going to try to make 9 here at home. Kaba in his own zone, retreats, gets it over to Coy. Along the far boards, Coy loses the puck at the red line. Kovac now, and they got a 2-on-1 here. Kovac unable to flip it towards the front. Couldn't see who. I think it was Ozul's was crashing the net. If he could have just maybe got it in front, Ozul's was alone with the goaltender. Coy tries to feed it out in front, and it's picked off by Alexiev. 5.5 left here in the second. Alexiev tries to get it deep, and it's blocked down by Martelli. Martelli will then lose it just outside the blue line. Puck comes out of the zone. Ignatov, he'll enter. Ignatov tries to feed it through. It'll be picked off by Simonson. Simonson now looking to get up ice. He will to Ozul's. Ozul's across the blue line. Puts the brakes on, gets it over to Petrovic. Tries for the slap shot. And he's unable to get the shot away. Behind the net to Vladimirescu. He'll get bumped off the puck. Ozul's back on it. Vladimirescu, shot glove by Falk. Good shot there by Vladimirescu, but Falk up to the task. Able to get a glove on that one. Face off here, Durant against Horn. 4:14 left here in the second. Face off won by Detroit. Jay Ward across the red line. He'll enter the zone. He'll be pressed to the boards there. Barney Simonson now away with it. Simonson over to Janovic. Janovic across the blue line. Gets to the red line and flips in. First one on it back there is Benny Brock, the lone goal scorer for here Detroit. Roman Horn retreats back into the neutral zone, and Brock with it now gets it up ice to Ward. Jay Ward flips it back, and Durant will pick it off. So numbers here for Edmonton, at least for the time being, and it'll be taken away by Brock. Good defensive strip there by Benny Brock. Puck was loose there at center ice, and now it will be taken in by Langenberg for Edmonton. Langenberg feeds it over to Janovic. Shot, blocked away. Langenberg on the rebound. So Anders Falk gives up the rebound there. Good shot right off the pads there by Austin Janovic, and it'll be Diedrich Langenberg that's able to bury the rebound. Langenberg with his third goal on the campaign. And his first, that is not a power play goal, so his first even strength goal for Langenberg here. Puck taken away, loose there. They'll battle for it right at the red line. Jacobson comes free with it. Langenberg now. He's in. Langenberg kicked away, and then they score again. It'll be Garrett Poisaris this time. Another rebound given up by Anders Falk. And Poisaris this time for Edmonton, able to bury it. His fourth goal on the season, and also his first even strength 5-on-5 goal for the Edmonton Dino fourth liner. So that fourth line with consecutive goals here, putting Detroit in a bit of a hole here as we approach the end of the second period. We sit at a minute to go here in the second. McCoy across the red line, now enters the zone, gets it knocked off his stick. Toivonen, they got a 2-on-1 here, does Detroit. Over to Thornburg. Oh, and he gets it poked away. Good back check there by Edmonton. Toivonen flips it out front. Jacobson will have it. Janovic now will take it away. Janovic gets to the red line, will continue. Austin Janovic to the corner, stops, flips it back to Westerman. Over to Sorensen. Sorensen can't get a shot away. Campbell in front, knocked away. Puck flipped up high, and it's sent all the way down as the period will come to an end with that. So Edmonton looked like they were on the ropes there for a little bit as Detroit got it back to a one-goal game. But goals by Dietrich Langenberg and Garrett Poisaris, both off rebounds, gives Edmonton a 4-1 lead as we head to the third period. We'll be right back with you after a quick break for this second intermission. Hello, folks, and welcome back for a third period from Detroit, Michigan. Edmonton enters the period leading 4-1, but this Trappers offense, it only takes a little spark of flint. Yes, that's a Michigan pun for you. For them to get going here. Durant in across the line. He'll try to go with a big swim move there. Gets it back to the point to Petrovic. Shot just goes wide. Was looking for a deflection in front. Didn't get it, did Petrovic. Puck is loose as it comes towards the blue line, and Ristolainen for Detroit will take it away. Ristolainen across the blue line, tries to flip it deep. It's blocked by Vladimirescu. Petrovic up to Durant. Back to Vladimirescu. Vladimirescu will get it deep. First one out, it'll be Kaba for Detroit. Detroit with an 8-game winning streak entering today. They're going to need a 3-goal comeback at least to come away with the win here today. Durant drags across. Another good move by Durant. But the puck comes all the way through. Simonson to Durant. Stopped in front, and Vladimirescu goes off the post. And now it's in. So who are they going to say got last contact on that? I believe it's Durant, the one celebrating there. So he goes through the line. Yes, there will be Ricky Durant. So I'm going to want to see that one on the replay. That was a bit of an interesting play there. It was loose. Vladimirescu looked like he had a wide open cage off the rebound. Clanged it off the iron. Puck was loose in the blue paint. And it looks like Ricky Durant got a stick on that to force it into the back of the net. So a 5-1 lead now. I said at least just minutes ago. So now it'll be a 4-goal comeback that Detroit will need to make here in the final period. Penalty, though, upcoming here, as it'll be Austin Janovic. Face-off now coming to the left of Daniel Rye. Detroit on the power play. Tie up there at the draw. It'll be flipped down into the corner. Helm gets it back up to the point to Jacobson. Shot goes wide. Beyonde, the first one on for Edmonton. Tries to clear. Can't. Helm. Glove stopped by Daniel Rye. And he'll hold right there. 17:02 left here in the third. Edmonton with a fairly comfortable lead here. 5-1, but we've seen in PIHANA play, doesn't take much for a team to get going and to make a comeback quickly. So Edmonton needs to stay aggressive, stay smart. This penalty that they just took by Janovic, not a smart penalty. Toivonen now at the red line. He'll retreat. Go cross ice to Jacobson. Up ice. It'll be Jay Ward. Ward across the blue line. Flips it over to Toivonen. Toivonen trying to cut through. Unable to. Helm in front, and it's blocked by Westerman. Jacobson now. Shot gets blocked all the way to the boards. Helm gets in front of Toivonen. Shot gets blocked to the corner. Westerman will have it, and he'll be able to get enough on that to get it out. And it'll go all the way down ice. Jacobson with it. He'll get it up to Helm. Helm over to Brock. Brock to Ward. Jay Ward cutting across. Jay Ward flips it in front. Poke check by Rye. And the shot comes on net, and Rye, a couple of saves there on the Trappers power play unit. Campbell against Thornburg here in the dot. Stop there. Rebound. They score. This one will be Yevgeny Kovalenko with the power play goal there. And I think most importantly, Mats Lackinen with an assist there will now take the lead for points in the league. Montreal does play later tonight, so Lars Schegstead has an opportunity to tie him. The way Montreal's playing right now, they're going to need Lars Schegstead to come up big for him, because nobody else seems to be doing it right now. Stop in front. Another rebound given up by Falk, but that one unable to be stabbed through by Edmonton. 5-2 game here. Kovalenko feeds it back to Cabo. We have 5 minutes gone here. Ovoskadachenko with a shot, and it gets blocked wide of the cage. Sorensen gets it up ice to McCoy. He's hit hard there by Ovoskadachenko. Kaba up to Ristolainen. Ristolainen will try to enter the zone. It's knocked off his stick. Picked up by Janovic. Austin Janovic pressed to the boards. Comes up ice. Ovoskadachenko now on it. He'll feed it over to Kovalenko. Shot glove by Rye. Great opportunity for Yevgeny Kovalenko. Kovalenko with that also does tie for the league lead in goals with his own teammate. Dayton Helm had 13 coming in today. Kovalenko with that gets his 13th on the season, and mystifyingly his 8th power play goal of the season. So not a ton coming on 5-on-5, but another power play goal for Yevgeny Kovalenko as we sit 5-2 here in Detroit. See if Detroit can get another goal here to at least make things a little tighter here with an Edmonton team that has struggled in the early part of this season. Ovoskadachenko feeds it up to Horn. Horn now gets it over to Markov. Markov pauses, gets to the front of the net in front. Stop there. Rye will hold it, and he'll keep it there. 12:48 left here in the third. Face-off won by Edmonton. It'll be Poiseras. Fourth line out here. Langenberg, they had 2 goals to end the second period to extend this lead out. It was just a 1-goal game before those goals. Horn now down low, and a blocker save by Rye. Jay Ward pressed to the boards there. Bassani and Langenberg fight for Edmonton. It'll come free to Ovoskadachenko with a big hit on Langenberg. Markov tried to get it down low, and he can't as it was picked off by Bassani. Bassani just outside his own blue line gets it up to Poiseras. Poiseras bumped off the puck by Kaba. 11.5 left here in the third. Detroit trailing 5-2. Markov to Horn. Down low. Toivonen. Oh, and he's denied there by Rye. Good opportunity down low. Toivonen back with it. Backhander goes wide. Toivonen. Good pressure here from Detroit. Looking to make it a 2-goal game. We picked off there. Dmitry Petrovic now with it. He'll get it up ice to Stafford Spears. Feeds it over to Bassani. He'll retreat. Get it over to Stafford Spears. Get it up ice to Langenberg. Langenberg will enter with Poiseras. Feed it across to Stafford Spears, and it goes off the glove of Falk. Lands in the corner. Kovac now with it. Yura Kovac to the slot. Shot. Pops up in the air. It's loose, and now it is Osip Utkin out there. So they gave him basically, 3/4 of a game off. Maybe 2/3 of a game. I don't know. I don't know when exactly he got in there. It's always tough for me to tell without them telling me there's a goalie change. So Ozuls will go up against Helm here. Ozuls wins it back. Stafford Spears over to Kovac. Kovac loses the puck before he can get a shot away. Kristi Toivonen across the red line, flips in. First one on it is Petrovic. Petrovic goes up ice to Alexiev. Alexiev hit hard there at the blue line. Alexiev will flip in deep after he's able to regain control of the puck. Helm with it up to Thornburg. Thornburg across the red line and flips in. First one on it back there is Petrovic. Petrovic tries to kick it to the boards, and Ozuls will have it. Philip Ozuls across the red line, enters the zone. Philip Ozuls knocked off his stick there. Lackinen hit hard. It'll exit the zone, though, so Edmonton will reset with 8 minutes left here in the third period. Pavel Alexiev across the line, enters the zone, gets it over to Ozul's. Ozul's looking for his second goal of the night, but it's kicked away by Falk. Puck is loose in the corner to P.O. Caroline, and they'll get away with it. Caroline and across the blue line. Slap shot, blockered away by Rye. Kovac will have it. Now it come free to Lackinen in front. Stop there. Ristolainen with it. Can't get a shot away. Petrovic with it. Dmitry Petrovic goes off the boards, and it'll be out of play. Or excuse me, not out of play, out of the zone. Vladimir Marescu will retreat at the red line, get over to his line mate Simonson. Janovic carries through. Simonson stopped there by Utkin. Ignatov now with it. He'll get it up to Lackinen. 6:15 left here in the third. Detroit in desperate need. They need something here. Shot pops up in the air. It's loose in the blue paint, and Rye able to get it and get it free to his defenseman Petrovic. Now Simonson up to Durant. Durant with the most recent Edmonton goal. Vladimir Marescu tried to feed it across to Simonson. Not really sure what the thought process was there. Vladimir Marescu with a lot of room there. Had an opportunity to shoot and doesn't take it. Martelli to Tiketovic, and it stopped there. It's loose, and Vladimir Marescu sweeps it away for Edmonton. So Edmonton holding on strong here. 3-goal lead. Under 5 left to play here in the third. Anthony Martelli gets it to the red line. Now enters the zone. Martelli being watched there. Tries to get it on net, and Petrovic will take it away. Conrad McCoy, he'll get it poked away. It'll be Coy in the corner. He'll try to get out front. A big hit there by Dmitry Petrovic. McCoy looking to get up ice. 4 minutes left here. Coy trying to drag through. McCoy in front. Shot goes wide. Good save there. Futkin did get a piece of it. It was point-blank range for a good goal scorer in Conrad McCoy. Campbell, he will score! So the Edmonton pressure just kept mounting, and they're able to pay it off. Ben Campbell able to fit one past Osip Utkin. And Campbell gets his 6th goal on the season. Pretty remarkable from a guy that was not expected to be much of a goal scorer for the Dinos this season. 3:20 left here in what's looking to be the end of an 8-game winning streak for the Trappers, as Edmonton looks like they're going to come into town and come up with an enormous upset here on the road. Campbell picks that puck off at the red line. He'll retreat back and then turn it over to Tiketovic as he goes off for a change. Thornburg in front of Toivonen, and they score! So it'll be Dayton Helm gets his lead for goals right back from Yevgeny Kovalenko. Dayton Helm able to tuck that one away. Set up by Toivonen and Thornburg. Face off now here between Helm and Langenberg. There is still maybe an outside chance, especially if they could get one quick here, Detroit, that this game is not yet over. Joel Olsen, though, will skate it free, get it up to Janovic. Janovic loses the puck there just inside the blue line. Now he'll skate down, lose the puck again. Boyceris on his backhand. Can't do anything with it. Bassani bumped off the puck. 100 seconds left here in Detroit. 6-3 lead for Edmonton as the clock slowly winds down on Detroit's 8-game winning streak. Thornburg feeds it over to Kaba. Kaba blockered away by Rye. It'll go all the way to the corner. Kaba out from the corner. Tries to feed it in front of Thornburg, and his stick was tied up. Boyceris under a minute now here. He'll carry almost out of the zone. Now will leave the zone. Toivonen will have it. He'll feed it up to Helm. Helm gets it knocked off his stick. Olfsson with it over to Janovic to Durant. Goes cross ice. Simonson on it. He'll flip in deep. Helm will have it behind the net. He'll go up to Kovalenko. Kovalenko to Ristolainen. 35 seconds left here for Detroit. Ristolainen knocked off the puck. It'll be Durant. He'll go cross ice to Biondi. Rocco Biondi now with it. He'll exit the zone. Feed across to Vladimir Marescu. Vladimir Marescu. He'll hit Lackinen hard there inside the Detroit zone. They'll battle for it at the Detroit bench, and Durant able to skate away with it. Hit hard there by Ovaskadachenko. Good hit by Vladimir. Vladimir Marescu in front, and Kaba takes it away. Ristolainen now a 3-on-2 brewing here for Detroit. Ristolainen can't get a pass to the center, and with 2 seconds, that is going to do it as Biondi clears the zone. So Edmonton, the Dinos, able to come into Detroit and come away with a 6-3 victory over the league-leading Trappers here at the Motor City SportsPlex in Detroit, Michigan. So a wonderful game here for the Dinos, a great game out of Daniel Wright. He gives up that late one that maybe puts a little bit of a blemish on his game, but overall a very good start from the American goaltender. So enjoy the highlights here. We'll be back with you for the start of our post-game stats and information. All right, thank you so much for joining us for our post-game stats and information from the Edmonton Dinos 6-3 road victory over the league-leading Detroit Trappers here at the Motor City SportsPlex in Detroit, Michigan. I am Les Talk with you. Again, thanks for joining us. We'll take a look at the stats here. Edmonton comes away with 28 shots on net, 31 for Detroit, and then a close battle in hits, but Edmonton comes away with the edge 32-31. Very heavy hitting game here today. Face-offs in favor of Edmonton. And then power plays, we didn't have many, only 4 total power plays on the day. Edmonton goes 1 of 1 on the goal by Ralph Sorensen, and then Detroit goes 1 of 3. You have Henny Kovalenko with the power play goal here tonight. So now we'll take a peek at the individual stats. We'll start with the road team and the winners on the scoreboard today. The Edmonton Dinos, Barney Simonson with another terrific game out of him with 4 assists, leading to 4 points, a +2 on 4 shots and a hit. Multiple point getters, we had Diedrich Langenberg with a goal and an assist, and Tudor Vladimirescu with 2 assists as well. And then our single pointers, we got quite a few. Let's see. Yep. So assists, we have McCoy, Alexiev, Janovic, and Petrovic. And then with goals, we have Poisaris, Campbell, Ozuls, Sorensen, and Durant, all coming away with a single point here today. Our no point getters, we have Bassani, Bionde, Kovac, Westerman, Olfsson, and Stafford Spears. So mostly that defense core, minus Petrovic and Janovic, come away or are unable to come away with points here today. Everybody's a plus, either that or they're a neutral here today. So no dashes on the score sheet here for the Dinos. Shots leaders, I see Simonson and Vladimirescu with 4. That is going to be the lead. Hits, Stafford Spears with 6. 4 for Petrovic, and that'll probably be it. Yep, so Stafford Spears, so pretty well evenly dispersed, but Stafford Spears comes away with 6 hits on the day. Then the goaltending, Daniel Wright just gets over that 900 threshold. So he comes away with has 31 shots against, comes away with 28 saves for a .903 save percentage, giving up 3 goals here today, the American for Edmonton. Now, we'll go across to the home team, who had their 8-game winning streak upended here today. 1 multi-point getter to Stuart Thornburg with 2 assists on the day. Multi-point getters, we have Lakinen, Toivonen, Ignatov, and Martelli with an assist. And then goals to Kovalenko, Brock, and Helm. So no points for Ovaskadachenko, Kaba, Horn, Jacobson, Rustalainen, Ward, Markov, Tiketovic, Coy, and Carolinen. Quite a few dashes here today. No pluses either, so all dashes or neutrals for the Trappers here today. It's going to happen when you have a long season like this for the PIHANA. You can't have it every night, and it seemed Detroit, they had it in that second period, and then those 2 late goals by Edmonton just kind of stretched things out to a point they couldn't handle anymore. Shots leaders, there's a handful with 3 at the top there: Thornburg, Helm, Lakinen, Toivonen, and Kovalenko, trying to mix their names there, I guess. And then Jay Ward with 3 as well. Hits, Tiketovic with 5, Ovaskadachenko with 8, and those will be kind of the 2 leaders. Terran Ignatov with 3, and then a few with 2 as well. The goaltending, we did have Osip Utkin in the 3rd period. He did give up a goal, 7 shots against on Utkin for an .857 save percentage. And then Anders Falk in 42 minutes had 21 shots against him, only came up with 16 saves for a .762 save percentage. So it's a little nerve-wracking, I think, for Detroit to know that this goaltending has just been so inconsistent. Falk takes a few days off because Utkin was playing well, and when Falk comes back, he's ineffective, honestly. Only 21 shots faced, and he gives up 5 goals. So you have to question what's the fix in Detroit. I think ultimately they want Osip Utkin to be the fix there, and they'd like Falk to be the backup. But right now, Utkin is playing like the starter, but if you do go with Falk on an occasion, maybe that's what Detroit needs to figure out. Maybe all this just needs to come down to, okay, let's have a starter and a backup. Let's not have a 1A, 1B situation like they are having at the moment. So we'll take a peek at some of the goals that we're able to see today. Let's go to the first period. Are they going to see any? Yes. So the Philip Ozul's goal for Edmonton in the first period. Fed down low. Alexiev pushes it over to Ozul's, and Ozul is able to kind of, as it arrives on his stick, just flip it right past Anders Falk. We'll see it here. Just flips it right past the glove of Anders Falk. Second period, power play goal from Ralph Sorensen. Take a peek at here. It's behind the net. And now fed in front. And Sorensen able to rip it right past Anders Falk on that low blocker. Good play up to the front by Vladimirescu, and he rips it by. Then Benny Brock, the first goal on the board for Detroit here. Puck has entered into the zone, and this one, it just sort of trickles through as it's flipped to the front. Brock with a backhand, and it just sort of slides right on through. I'm not sure if he must have snuck it right under the pad of Daniel Rye there. Diedrich Langenberg with a little tap in here. So you have the puck initially, feeds it over to Janovic, and then just with a little tap in, puts it away there. Third period, the Kovalenko goal to give him what was at the time a tie. Lackinen there, and then a pickup by Kovalenko. So Lackinen now takes the league lead in points. Kovalenko was tied for the league at that point. But our league leading scorer is Dayton Helm as he comes up with a rebound here on the shot. Kicked away by Rye, right to the stick of Dayton Helm. He crashes the net well and is able to put it away. That was the final goal of, or no, that wasn't the final goal of the game, was it? Yeah, this was the play I wanted to see. So here, Vladimirescu has it, clangs it off the iron, and they're saying Durant got a piece of it there and put it back on net, I guess. Oh yes, so Durant does flip it, and Falk, it's in his pads, and it ends up squeaking through and going through into the back of the net. Interesting play. Vladimirescu wide open, clangs it off the iron. Durant with a little bat action, bunts it towards Falk, and then it just sort of creeps through and is able to get the goal for Edmonton. So that's going to do it for our coverage here from Detroit. Again, we have 2 more games coming up tonight. Our next game, though, will be in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. The New York Empire come into town to face the Ottawa Mounties. And then our final game of the evening, a very consistent matchup we've seen through this first month. The Montreal Mammoths will be at the Calgary Stallions for a game between 2 tops of the Canada division. So, thank you so much for joining us here from Detroit. Again, next game coming up will be in Ontario as the Empire take on the Mounties. I am Les Talk. We will see you up next in Ottawa.